Welcome to Raw Talks TV. I'm your host, Lenore, and here is where the people connect to the story. Guys, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much who have already subscribed. Those of you all who have not subscribed, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, and check out the links in the description below. So, I was like, man, I haven't did a Raw Talks After Dark in a long time. So this is my Raw Talks After Dark, and my topic is friendships. I think that we don't pay enough attention to the needs of our friends. I don't think that we extend enough compassion or sympathy to our friends, because sometimes we can be so self-centered, so consumed with what we have going on, that we kind of ignore the fact that our friends may be going through, or that our friends need more support from us. So I would say that if you haven't did a friend check-in, which means asking your friend, hey, am I being a good friend to you? Is there anything that you need from me? Is there an area that I'm lacking in that you feel like you need support and I'm not a good friend in that area? I think understanding boundaries and respecting one another in the area of friendship is super important. Also understanding that friendships are a lot of work. If you could fight for that toxic relationship, you can fight for your friendships, okay? You're going to need your friends. No matter if you met them in the first grade, in 10th grade, in college, in grad school, or on a mission trip. Doesn't matter where you met them at. You're going to need friends. You're going to need people. And I think that I was talking to my friend, and we were saying how, how we have regressed as a people since the pandemic, being isolated and being consumed with our own being, that we forget how it is to communicate, forget what it means to love and embrace and care and, all these different things. And I think that it is true. I think it's partially true. And I agree with her when she said that, and I feel like she hit the nail on the head. And in my friendships, I just try to be present, right? But I also understand that there are seasons for friendships. There's a time for certain friendships to exist. There's a time for relationships to be paused. There's a time for friendships to begin to blossom and bloom. But you have to identify where you are, okay? You can't just write people off. I've learned that. I will cut you off in a minute. But as I've grown and as I've matured, I realized that you can't do that. But also be in a space where you're aware of how people make you feel. That's what gives you power, and that's what gives you the ability to be an effective communicator within that space, right? And it gives your friends the opportunity to work on the things that offend you as well, when you're able to communicate and set boundaries, and also put yourself in a place where you can control your tongue. And a lot of times we find ourselves saying things to our friends or our loved ones, especially our friends, that are extremely hurtful. And sometimes we're so used to talking so nasty to people, and the other person on the receiving end never says anything, so we think it's not an issue. But they're just taking it in, and they probably wrote you off as, oh, that's just them, but you're really bothering them, and they become more distant, or they're not as happy to see you or want to hang out because you're nasty. Your language is nasty. The way you treat them is nasty. You don't care as much. You're a taker and not a giver. I feel like, oh, dang, I feel like that's how my friend is to me. Trust me, I've been on all sides of friendship. And I will say that I'm not perfect, but I will say that I'm a damn good friend if I'm not nothing else. And I'm a fighter for my friendships. Like, I'm not going to stress this enough. If you could fight for that toxic relationship, you could fight for that female, that fella, you can fight for your friends. So this is just a reminder to check on your friends. And when I call my friends, even if I have an attitude or if I need to vent, I say, hey, do you have the capacity to deal with this right now? And they may say, no, I don't have the capacity. I'm going through my own stuff. And you can't get mad at that. You got to respect it and let it go. And, see if there's someone else available. I always say go talk to God before anything else. Lastly, I would say, make time to go and sit with your friends and be with your friends and love with your friends. Text your friends, send them a voice note, FaceTime them, let them know that you are present. Let them know that you're there, even if you're not physically there. And if you need to physically get there, make it an attempt to get there. Because if they would go out their way to make sure that they were there for you, you do the same. People are walking around like ticking time bombs because they feel unloved. They don't feel seen. They don't feel appreciated. Things are not the same, and they don't have people to talk things through with. So check on y'all friends. That is my Raw Talks TV After Dark segment with you guys. Is your friends are important. They're valuable. So love them while they're here. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn on those notifications, share with your friend, at your friend. Put whatever you need in the comments below to let me know that this particular broadcast resonated with you. I love y'all. Make sure y'all check out the other videos and turn on those post notifications because videos drop every Thursday. I love y'all.